As some of you may know, we are constantly being accused of being puppets, simply for using our own minds to question the narratives that we've been fed our entire lives. We look at the status quo, we assess the facts, and we speak a truth that oftentimes goes against the grain. And for that, we are called puppets. But who is leveling this accusation? It is often those who are blindly accepting untested and unchallenged information, the ones who allow themselves to be directed and moved. I think they are called the actual puppets, or they should be called the actual puppets, because that's what their behavior resembles.
We're going to stay with the war in Ukraine and turn to South Africa, because an investigation has been opened into the former president, Jacob Zuma's daughter. She's been accused of luring men into fighting for Russia in the conflict. Authorities say Duduzile Zuma-Sambudla tricked men by telling them they were traveling to Russia for a paramilitary training course.
Duduzile Zuma sent out members and supporters of our father's political party, the MKP, allegedly for training or deployment in the highly volatile Russia-Ukraine war.
Former President Jacob Zuma's daughter, Duduzile Zuma-Sambudla, has resigned as a member of parliament amid allegations that she recruited close to 20 South African men who now find themselves fighting for Russia in its war with Ukraine.
These individuals are being pulled into a geopolitical battle that has absolutely no direct bearing on the daily struggles of South Africans. They are being used in a foreign entanglement, putting their lives at risk based on a directive by Duduzile Zuma. Yet we are the puppets. Strange. I think what South Africans need is more humility. People need to stop acting like they know what they're saying, doing, and following. They need to just pause, learn, and seek counsel from others and stop making these dumb and dangerous decisions. My question is, why are the Zumas often at the center of these dumb and very dangerous decisions? Less than 6 months ago, the news came out that Cyan Boujee, the influencer who gets invited to schools to in front of young children and to order to inspire them, managed to lure many young women to go away. She managed to young women to go to Russia to get training and work opportunities.
A new and worrying trend has emerged on South African social media, sparking significant concern from government officials, security experts, and human rights organizations. Numerous videos and posts, primarily featuring young South African women, are promoting what seems to be attractive jobs in Russia. The posts paint a picture of lucrative opportunities, often as au pairs, hospitality staff, or medical assistants, with promises of high salaries, free accommodation, and flights. However, beneath the glossy surface of these social media testimonials lies a deeply troubling reality. The scheme is widely held to be a recruitment drive from the Russian military's Foreign Legion, targeting vulnerable individuals from neutral countries to participate in the ongoing conflict in the Ukraine.
I am in Russia, the Republic of Tatarstan. Very excited to be here. This is where the START program takes place. Apparently, girls are treated fairly here. Africans, Asians, Latin Americans, they're given housing, jobs, and on top of that, they are taught how to speak Russian. Yep. So this is a fresh new start, basically. I will be watching, listening, I'll be sharing every single thing with you guys. I need you to stay tuned and enjoy.
START program, an initiative focused on supporting young women who want to gain a profession and start their careers.
Meet the headquarters for the C's staff. The building does look like a pyramid, but it's not just us, actually. The START program participants actually live in here. So let's check it out.
Young women arriving to work under the program stay here. Inside, there's everything needed for daily life: beds, wardrobes, kitchen appliances, shower, laundry. It's simple, but functional.
So, as it turns out, the participants that are in the program are guaranteed housing. So let's check that out.
Currently, program participants are staying in the South Park residential complex. It includes 11 5-story buildings designed to house around 4,200 people.
A woman who got famous for bending over and shaking her buttocks. A woman known for being naked on the internet managed to tell young people that she had job opportunities for them. And what were those young people made to do in Russia? Take a listen.
Hope of a better future is pushing young women into a war zone. South Africa has launched an investigation into reports of Russian firms luring young women to support Russia's war in Ukraine. These young women are reportedly offered jobs in Russia's construction and hospitality sectors. But upon arrival, they are made to work in drone production factories instead. These drones are then used in Russian attacks on Ukraine. As per media reports, one of the main recruiters is the Alabuga Special Economic Zone in Russia's Tatarstan. It is one of Russia's flagship industrial hubs and a key player in producing the Shahed-type military drones that are used in Russia's offensive in Ukraine.
Now, fellow South Africans, tell me something. What happened to Cyan Boujee after this? Nothing. Nothing. And who is Cyan Boujee? Well, Cyan Boujee is a grandchild of Jacob Zuma.
So we only found out our roots as Zumas now after meeting the president. Yeah.
Honorable Zuma, Chief. Like you are Jacob's daughter.
I guess you never know. Damn.
So Cyan Boujee, a Zuma relative, sent out young people to Russia to work for the Russians making drones, and nothing happens to her. Less than 6 months later, we learned that another Zuma relative, this time the daughter, Duduzile Zuma, sends a bunch of her own supporters and family members to Russia to fight for Putin.
They like to ask me sensitive questions and they think I'm a spy and all these kinds of things. But I wanted to ask you, when you decided to return and travel here to Russia, did you encounter any problems or any criticism from others for coming here?
There will always be that. Yeah. The noise around Russia, that's for sure. And I'm expecting headlines when I get home, to be very honest. But it doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't?
At all. I know that, I know what Russia means to us.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Narrative out there that's been spun for a few years, anti-Russia, anti-Putin, all these kinds of things. And in fact, Duduzile, you've been accused of even spreading so-called Russian propaganda. What's that about?
It's just that propaganda. Yeah. I pay no attention to that. I think those kind of headlines are there to deflect, deviate on the greater mission that most of us have, which is in trying to rescue the world from unnecessary issues from the West.
Zuma himself has been roaming around the continent. He's busy looking for ways to mess around with the country. You can tell that if someone was willing to give Zuma a few weapons and money, he would take his chances and try to be the South African Ibrahim Traore. He believes himself to be a revolutionary. The Zumas believe they are too untouchable. They believe that they can do whatever they want and get away with it. And that comes from the man himself. With your support, Zuma has managed to get away with way too much. He hasn't faced jail for the many accusations that he has faced. From rape, they hate me. To the money issues with the arms deal, they hate me. The Gupta issue, they hate me. Nkandla issue, they hate me. VBS scandal, they hate me. In contempt of court, they hate me. You name it, and they hate me is Zuma's excuse. Come on, guys. Come on. One man, and every time it is always that one man, but instead of looking at the common denominator in all of the accusations, we must believe that they hate him. A man who lacks self-discipline. White people are trying to stop black people from progressing by attacking Jacob Zuma is a story that we have been hearing for years. Zuma is fighting for black people, hence the long list of misconducts is what they want us to believe. I know that South Africans like to act cool, clever, and sophisticated, but the evidence shows that there are too many weak-minded people in South Africa. Our country has been getting destroyed because we have a bunch of voters that are so gullible, and it's really not funny. Just look at the Americans that supported Trump. They voted for him so that he could do the things that he promised during his campaigning. Once he started to not do those things, what did they do? They simply turned on him. Pure and simple. Trump did well on his promise around the border, but the Epstein and Israel issues are really driving the Trump supporters crazy, and they will not tolerate any of his excuses.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way. Probably.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it. But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
Credible information, let them give it. Anything that's credible, I would say let them have it.
The president said today you would release credible files related to Mr. Epstein. Are you prepared to do that, and when would you do it?
Our memo speaks for itself, and we'll get back to you on anything else. I haven't seen all of his statements today. Thank you.
How would you respond to the MAGA base that has expressed a lot of frustration about it?
We're going to fight to keep America safe again, and we're fighting together as a team.
I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years for. And I gave him my loyalty for free. I won my first election without his endorsement, beating 8 men in a primary. And I've never owed him anything, but I fought for him for the policies and for America first. And he called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. A patriot is an American that serves the United States of America and Americans like the women standing behind me.
He feels their pressure, and the people are very, very vocal about it. They're not blindly following and supporting, ignoring all the facts that are before them. No.
Doesn't the AG have to tell you if your name is...
Well, I haven't been overly interested in it. You know, it's a hoax that's been built up way beyond proportion. I can say this, those files were run by the worst scum on earth. They were run by Comey, they were run by Garland, they were run by Biden.
And in that meeting, he has been asked about the Jeffrey Epstein case. Let's listen to his response.
Documents says he doesn't believe you're implicated in these files, but many of your friends and donors may be, and he says that's why the Justice Department is redacting them and slow-walking the release. Is the Justice Department protecting any friends or donors, sir?
So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends. But it's really a Democrat hoax because they're trying to get people to talk about something that's totally irrelevant to the success that we've had as a nation since I've been president. So what they're trying to do with the Epstein hoax is get people to talk about that instead of speaking about the tremendous success like ending 7 wars. Sure. I ended 7 wars. Nobody's going to talk about because they're going to talk about the Epstein whatever. Sir, I understand that we were subpoenaed to give files, and I understand we've given thousands of pages of files. We're having the most successful 8 months of any president ever. And that's what I want to talk about. That's what we should be talking about, not the Epstein hoax.
But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going.
Tucker Carlson says that if President Trump gets the U.S. involved in Iran, it would precipitate the downfall of the American empire and effectively end his presidency.
So what is your excuse? You cannot call out Zuma or the ANC because of what? Ubuntu. Because they are black like you. While Trump is being attacked by white people that look just like him. They know that it's not about supporting someone because he looks like you, because he's the same color as you. It's about supporting someone because they are working, doing what you need them to do, what you voted for them to do. Now, when will you move away from the toy-toying about your living conditions and then vote for the same person that is causing you to have those same living conditions? You cannot be in the habit of just toying and voting for the same people. It just doesn't make sense.
One more response to Tucker Carlson criticizing you, saying that you were complicit in the war.
I don't know what Tucker Carlson is saying. Let him go get a television network and say it so that people listen. Thank you.
No one is asking the American public whether they want another regime change war. No one is asking Trump voters whether they want another regime change, where nobody cares. So it's going to happen no matter what people think. In fact, if it does happen, it will likely happen at a time when most Americans had no idea it was about to happen. In other words, it'll be a huge surprise to everyone if this happens.
We did talk about the Epstein files, and he was extremely angry at me that I had signed the discharge petition to release the files. I fully believe that those women deserve everything they're asking. They're asking for all of it to come out. They deserve it. And he was furious with me.
What did he say?
He said that it was going to hurt people.
Why'd they say there was thousands of hours of tapes of people doing horrible shit? Why'd they say that? They can lie about all kinds of things. And this is today with the internet. You know, like, look, where's the Epstein files? Boo, can't find them. Don't exist. Like, they can get away with man.
Oh, yeah. I think what is enraging people right now is it's insulting our intelligence. Like, obviously the intelligence community is trying to cover it up. Obviously the Trump administration is trying to cover up. Something changed because they ran on this idea of exposing it all.
The current DOJ under Pam Bondi is covering up crimes. Very serious crimes by their own description. Why are they doing that?
The fact that the Zumas and all of the other politicians do this confidently over and over again is because they have seen that you're more than willing to accept their rubbish. The Zumas have seen that you follow their lead no matter how dumb or how dangerous it is to do so. Just consider July 2021. South Africa saw an outbreak of rioting, looting, and widespread violence which caused massive economic and social damage. Over 350 people lost their lives. An estimated 40,000 businesses were affected, and around 150,000 jobs were at risk. Why did it happen? It was incited. Incited by who? By Duduzile Zuma, using social media to fan the flames and call her father's supporters into action. They caused chaos for Jacob Zuma's imprisonment, a matter that did not require a national crisis. It's time to recognize a serious, dangerous link between blind political loyalty and national instability, between the unquestioning following of influencers and the threats to personal safety and well-being. The string pullers are putting lives and livelihoods at risk, whether that is on the streets of South Africa or at the factories or battlefields of Russia. Fellow South Africans, it simply makes no sense for us to be tricked by the same nonsense over and over again, by the same people over and over again. Why are the Zumas succeeding in doing this nonsense time after time? Cyan Boujee, aka Ona Zuma, is influencing your children. So someone reached out to her and asked her to do it, knowing that she has her claws firmly in your children. And where she leads, they will follow like mindless puppets. Duduzile Zuma was a member of parliament until she recently resigned from the MK because of this very scandal. She too is a Zuma with a lot of pull. Someone told her to do it and she did it. And the 17 men followed, no questions asked. Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa is focused on Palestine. These people really want this country of ours destroyed. And if you keep voting for them, you are giving them more power, more time to succeed in that mission. So stop being a puppet and start using your own minds to question the narratives that you've been fed about the Zumas, the MK, the ANC, and all of these parties. Look at the status quo, assess the facts, and be willing to go against the grain. Anyway, that's it for today. Please like and share this video and visit our website to buy our merchandise. It's www.citizenconcerned.co.za. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Katlego. This is Citizen Concerned. And until next time, beware of the comrades.